Now after the Sabbath, as it began to dawn towards the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary came to look at the tomb. And behold, a severe earthquake had occurred, for an angel of the Lord descended from heaven and came and rolled away the stone and sat on it. And his appearance was like lightning, his clothing as white as snow. The guards shook from fear of him and became like dead men. The angel said to the women, "Do not be afraid, for I know that you're looking for Jesus who has been crucified. He's not here, for he is risen, just as he said."
Who taught the sun where to stand in the morning? And who told the ocean you can only come this far? And who showed the moon where to hide till evening? Whose words alone can catch a falling star? Well, I know my Redeemer lives. I know my Redeemer lives. All of creation testifies this life within me cries. I know my Redeemer lives. Yeah, the very same God that spins things in orbit runs to the weary, the worn and the weak, and the same gentle hands that hold me when I'm broken. They conquer death to bring me victory.
Yes, our Redeemer lives. Let me say it again. Our Redeemer lives. Welcome to sunrise service for this Resurrection Sunday. See, the time is now and the hour has come when the brilliance of the sun has become visible. I'm talking about the S-U-N. But just as light has appeared from the east and has broken the darkness of night, it is also true that the sun, S-O-N, has risen. Yes, Christ has risen and broken the bondage of death. Jesus raised from the dead is the only thing I want to talk to you about this morning. Nothing more or nothing less. It is the same thing that the angel told the two women who went to Jesus' tomb. The angel didn't tell the women once, but twice. He's not here. He has been raised. He has been raised from the dead. It was true. Because they later saw Jesus. They touched him. They heard his voice. This is the truth that we find in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 28, verse 1 through 10. It doesn't offer us much more than the fact that Jesus was raised from the dead. It doesn't explain how it happened, but just that it happened. But it appears that the writer was more interested in us living out this truth of resurrection in this story than us knowing the details. It is in this text that we hear the risen Christ beckoning us right here and right now to live a resurrected life in Christ. See, the truth of the story is earth-shaking. It changes the ground in which we stand on and, yes, the way that we live. Each of us need to be reminded daily that not only is the story true about Christ's resurrection, but we are also to be reminded that it's in the resurrected life that we find life, light, joy, and hope. It is in this greater truth that I long for, I search for, I hold on to. I don't want to make this about me because I think you know exactly what I'm talking about. I think you are no different from me because every one of us could probably name some dark time or some darkness that we have faced, especially over the last year or two. There may be some who are right in the midst of some type of darkness right now or recently. I may not know what you're going through or what darkness you have been experiencing, but it's real. Why? Because it's real to you. But today reminds us that the light of the resurrection always prevails. Darkness cannot overcome it. Regardless of who you are, where you are in your life, light will and does prevail. Regardless of what you have done or what you have left undone, light, yes, it prevails. Regardless of your doubts or your beliefs, light does prevail. Regardless of your life's circumstances, light prevails. I can't tell you how it happens, but I know that it does. The light of the resurrection always wins, and everything about today says that we can trust in that very fact. That's why there's a need for us to be reminded of the story of the resurrection and that it is true. Christ has risen. Just as the angel's message to the women then, it is the message to us today that he has been raised from the dead. Oh yes, it's true. The story is true. You can count on it. You can believe on it. You can rest in it. Because it's for you. For your life. It was true yesterday. It's true today. And yes, it will be true even tomorrow. And while it was not the first call or the last call, this God is still reaching back in eternity past, stepping into your present and calling you out of darkness into the dawn of this new morning. The SON has risen, and because of his resurrected life, you are free. You have been freed. You will be free, and you can live free from any tomb-like experience. That's the promise of the resurrection for our life today. The stone has been rolled away from the tomb. The day dawns with a new light, a new life, a new joy, a new hope. The earth quakes in celebration of joy. Why? Because Christ is risen, and in him so have you and I been raised. So just like the lyrics of the song Celebrate Jesus, we come to celebrate Jesus today. Celebrate Jesus, celebrate. Why? For he has risen, and he lives forevermore. He has risen. Come on and let's celebrate the resurrection of our Lord.